I say, ooh, oh! It's your minds and them, the Toothless Wonder, back with another installment on the Bamboozle Again News Network. And I'm actually getting tired of reporting on bamboozlements. Because there's so many of them to cover, I wouldn't even have time to go to sleep. And then I'll be thinking, it at this juncture in time, it really just diverts my focus from the Most High and just living by the word, literally. You know what I mean? Like, I was reading a song where it was talking about, the wicked prosper for a season and things of that nature. It's just the way it's set up. It just vexes me, right? Again, in my own thing, that I can't do nothing to stop it. Because I am very idealistic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love justice and just, the concept of love and friendship that seemingly has been obliterated here in Babylon. But technically, it wouldn't be Babylon unless it did that. So I just stay focused on the Most High, doing what I do, handling my responsibilities on a daily basis. And I'm going to leave the rest to him. Because even if I had the authority to do something about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you even root out all this wickedness? And then it's a spiritual game. So I've come to this belief, not a belief, but a better understanding, rather, of a greater level of forgiveness, right? I talk about my child support, but I actually feel bad for the other party. Like, damn, Joe. Like, and granted, she's done many plots against the kid, right? But the weapon formed, but it didn't prosper. I'm still on deck. You know what I'm saying? As the old folks used to say, I'm still in my right mind. I still practice gratitude. Now, of course, I want to live on a tropical island and things of that nature. But that might not be in the cards for the kid. You know what I'm saying? How I'm going to claim I'm some type of warrior, but then want to retire from the battlefield. You know what I mean? And he working with me on that as far as my will. Because what's tricky, right, is my will is noble. At least in my mind it is. I have, the best of intentions. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be mystifying me as to, well, why I can't have this, or why this not working out like this, that, and the third. But when I think back on it, somebody else I was talking to last night helped me understand this. Like, if it wasn't for all the stuff I prayed to get out of, I wouldn't be able to function now with spiritual instincts. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have the ability to self-correct and course correct. I wouldn't have the ability to be adaptable. I wouldn't have the ability to remind or the Spirit remind me to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't forgive, then I get all bitter. Now I'm walking around tense and, you know what I'm saying, thinking everything is a threat. And it might be. But the threats ain't there at work. This is actually just a trying and a testing of my faith in obedience. So I'm attempt, like, you know how to get this over with, but it actually be going against what my words say. So what you gonna do? Just no different than David. Saul chased him around for what they said, from 13 to 17 years. He got the drop on him a couple times, but didn't attempt to assume the kingship by his own hand. So he let him lay, and then he chased him around some more. Got the drop on him again, let him know he would die. Do it in his time. And I gotta get better. It's not that I'm not good at. It's just these deep yearnings and longings for the next level of perceived success, influence, an enlarging of my territory. Like I said, I can taste it. You feel me? But as they say, the battle gets greater right before the breakthrough. And the battle isn't really outside of me. It's all internal. It's all in my mind. You know what I'm saying? These things, how I form them up in my brain as potential threats to my progress and so on and so forth, are really just helping me to hone the spiritual, practical skills I need to be able to get to be a good steward of the breakthrough when it does take place. Like, if I'm like, had I not went through the prerequisite experience, right, from a spiritual context, right, I wouldn't be able to handle what I got going on now. Like I said, I was talking to somebody. I'm used to, being quote unquote attacked, monitored. That ain't nothing new. I can't remember a time when that wasn't going on. I probably feel uncomfortable. It just stopped all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? But then again, in my mind, like, well, I thought I was done with this, or why are these people riding up against me, or why they trying to make me be a liar when I ain't did nothing but tell the truth, and whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. If it wasn't for all that, it like David said in one verse, he says, my enemies that ran me to the Lord, right? So I wouldn't have started fasting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard about it. But I said, let me try this out, right? I do like to eat, right? It pushed me into reading my word more. And even in practical stuff, it like better, like I'm pretty good with time management anyway. But just better time maximizing my day. And then here's another one I feel led to dial it back. I just go ahead and dial it back. Myself and everyone else included never see me getting this far from a standard operating procedure standpoint. I told y'all, man, for the better part, up until maybe, let's say, the last 4 years, I was a fool with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have any emotional intelligence. I was very impulsive. Let something not go my way for a nice little second. It's time to abort mission. I come up with one of these willy stuff, wild plans in my mind, you understand? And then it seemed like it'll work, but it's never worked. I just stayed in the fight this time. And because I went through the natural spiritual growing pains, I've now evolved to this place where now I've submitted my will to the Most High. Whatever He want to do, I'm cool with it. It's not like even all the years I was destitute, broke, homeless, drug addiction, whatever you want to call it. His hand was still on me. I was thinking the other night, I'm in my early 40s, right? And I've lived a few places here, as y'all would know. I'm in the country now. As y'all would know, at the DMV area, around the boat smokers, and you know what I'm saying? Even like where I come from, small town, all my friends who got in the hustle, they all went to prison at some point, or, being across the bridge, as we call it here in the DMV area, and being surrounded by, boat smokers, PCP smokers, whatever you want to call them, you know what I'm saying? Pistol packers, and I was just thinking about how I was in all these dangerous environments, but nothing ever really happened. I mean, I had little as they say, squabbles here and there, but I should have been up off earth, yo, or I should have been in prison, or I should have been never able to, right the ship. You know what I'm saying? I've dodged, or not, I wouldn't even say dodged. I fell into all the pitfalls that are set up for the Negro man. The Jezebel woman, unemployed underemployment, drug addiction, jail, financial stuff, family stuff. And I had, when I went back to treatment this time, like I had a game plan of things I need to rectify, like finances, certain external, internal skill sets. I've got to about 70% of them. But with all that being said, as I walked this journey out, it just gave me the skills to handle stuff I didn't even know I was going to need or walk into. You know what I'm saying? At one point, for my first couple years in Baltimore, it seemed like I was invisible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just weird. Like, what, they don't see me, or what, I'm not here, or I'll be standing next to somebody, and, because I know them or whatever, and they might be doing whatever. And then they'll look at me, not acknowledge me, now say something. They're like, oh, I didn't know that was you, cuz. Like, what is... You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't do what I wanted to do. Even like stuff like getting back in my child's life and financial stuff and all that there. All the, like, it was amazing to me when I was in Baltimore. I couldn't get a job to save my life. Arguably one of the most dangerous areas in the country. And I got, a record, but it ain't nothing super spectacular, not to me anyway. I just had a whole bunch of petty stuff. Like, I ain't got no gun charges, fist fight, but nothing like, assaults with weapons or nothing like that, right? And I'm like, well, why I can't get no job? But it actually taught me the ability to be more resourceful and to operate without no job. So now, of course, employment, do what you gotta do. But it's not like, let's say, consistently the last 2 years I ain't been working. It's not like that affected my because I hadn't been working. So my confidence or self-value has actually come from the internal stuff. So if you strip me of rack of stuff, I'm still me. Which I find to be odd, because I'll see people I haven't seen in years, and we get to conversing, chopping it up. And they're like, yo, Cal, you still you. And people always say that, which is mystifying to me, because I'm like, well, who I'm supposed to be? But then I think about it as well, and, life has got me down at various seasons of life, but I never lost myself to that degree. Like, I never, I hustle here and there, but it's hard for a monkey sell bananas. But I just gave it up, like stuff outside of alcoholism. Like, I had a seed and stuff, but it never really latched on to me to the point where it changed how I operated. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had no business in the street. Because I'm tempting to operate by spiritual principles in a place where that don't exist. So it put me at a disadvantage. But I wasn't supposed to be there nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I got a plethora of homeboys who, that I've known. I wouldn't say homeboy, but I've known, like I work with them or we live in the same area. These brothers in prison now, ain't coming home. They maybe dealt with so many Jezebels. They're like a shell of them former selves. They crashing out. But what I'm saying a lot too is like life has just beat them down so much so, like their light is gone. Like I can't connect with the person that they was, because whatever that made them is no longer with us, even though they still alive. You know what I mean? It's real in the battlefield. So I just thank the Most High, because like I said, I fell into all the pitfalls everybody else fell into. But somehow I got miraculously saved, but didn't see it like that at the time. Because I'm kind of, I don't want to say nonchalant, but like I kind of don't care about stuff. So even when I transport myself back to my 20s when I was in these various environments, I know all this is going on. I know this one's shite, but I just don't care because I'm so busy doing me. And I might have been high or drunk at the time. You know what I'm saying? This has been an awesome journey when I think about it, bro. Especially, on the precipice, whenever that'll happen, of the fall of Babylon. And it's like I'm just now coming alive in the drop as I'm seeing so many others, go by the wayside. Everybody scamming or doing something slick. I wouldn't dare do nothing slick. Now, I'll make mistakes and, okay, don't do that or apologize or whatever the case may be. But for a couple extra, because I already know the hammer coming down. I don't want no parts of that. So you ain't got to worry about me trying or bamboozle nobody or, perceive some vulnerability and then try to manipulate it for my personal benefit. No, sir, that ain't finna happen. And I can do it, but I don't want to do it. One, it ain't my heart. Two, I'm thinking Most High gonna get me quickly. You know what I mean? And it ain't worth it. And, I like that. Like, even if, like last week was kind of hard on me for some reason, emotionally, spiritually, or whatever, but I still like the idea of either going to sleep or waking up, seeing myself in the mirror, and knowing I ain't did nothing shameful. Knowing I ain't did nothing I know good and darn well I ain't supposed to do to ease the pain like Lisa Fisher or, you know what I'm saying, get myself to the next. It'll happen when he wanted to happen. And I'm cool with it. Which parallels the word when it talks about patience, when it talks about long suffering. You know what I'm saying? Not envying the wicked. You know what I'm saying? They have their day. He the ultimate judge. And let's be totally honest, when I broke my neck, I think I talked about it on here. They told me what was happening. So I closed my eyes and said, God, it's up to you. And I went back to sleep. Because I knew what I would deserve. So ain't no sense in making no super duper prayer, but I'm going to stop doing this and stop doing that. And got redeemed, you understand me? And then it's not like I stopped doing a whole bunch of stuff then. That was just the tip of the iceberg. It got exponentially worse after that. Then I was like, God, why you saved me? Just to put me through all this? But he was punishing the world about the kid. He was opening my eyes to my associations and friendships, my behaviors. Now, like with me now, I'll understand something intellectually, but it take me a period of time to actually implement it practically on a daily basis. Like I just stopped I stopped eating the scavengers of the land and the sea on a whim because my partner didn't eat it, but he wasn't of any kind of religious kind of inkling or anything along those lines. So it just kind of sparked my mind like, yeah, I should stop too, just for something to do, right? Because I got kind of confused when people say, you can, you can't. But I tend to be like, well, I don't know, but I'll just not do it and stay on the safe side. You know what I mean? But it was amazing to me, right? because it was such a force of habit. And I didn't realize how much swan and catfish and shrimps and, I'm in the, Maryland seafood real big head. Oysters and, the Maryland blue crab. That's part of the culture here. I never realized how much that stuff was a part of my diet. It was like 6% of my diet. You know what I'm saying? Sausage, pork sausage with the eggs, and go to the carryout, get a sandwich, put some swine strips on it and whatnot. Go to Habib's carryout, get the catfish nuggets and all this here. So I would go get something to eat, just order regular, bite into them like, oh man, it took me like 2 weeks to get it out the ground. Then I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna eat, yo? But I adjusted, and I think now I ain't ate no swan in, got to be over 3 years now. Just little stuff, you know what I'm saying? Along the journey, I started fasting out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Looking at different other fasts I can do, and just testing myself and just wanting to improve for me. Now, granted, it'll benefit whoever around me or make me more valuable, in society. But all this was done just because I want to improve, because I owe it to myself. You know what I mean? This ain't really on no I told you so and this, that, and the third. This is all for me. I did me wrong, so I got to do me better. You know what I'm saying? But this just one little quick one right here to the gym. You know what I'm saying? I want to touch base with y'all, show some love, give a little encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on with the keep on. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to figure it. And that's another thing. You ain't got to figure everything out. You can't do it no way. Just walking what you know to do, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reason for your suffering. And on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all. One love, baby.